everyone, Eric here, back at the Battle Barn for another video battle report. This week we're playing Jesse and his Orks again. This week he brought a 20-man mob of boys with a boss with power claw and boss pole. He's got another 20-man mob of boys. This one's shoot-a boys, knob, boss pole, power claw. Those two are deployed. It's Dawn of War deployment, so rolling in on turn 1, he's going to have 2 squads of Ludas. He's got a squad of boys joined by a big mech and a battle wagon, Gaz with some mega knobs in a battle wagon, a squad of knobs all kitted out for wound allocation in a battle wagon, and 3 kilocans with scorches. For me, the Knights of Blood, I have got, everything's going to be rolling on turn 1. Got an assault squad, 10-man, 2 melta power weapon, joined by a priest, a jump pack power weapon. Identical unit there. I've got a librarian with Unleash Rage and Shield of Sanguinius and a jump pack. 2 squads of Devastators with 2 missile launchers and a las cannon each in las plas Razorbacks. A ball predator with assault cannon, heavy bolter sponsons, and storm bolter. A death company and a las plas Razorback with a power fist power weapon accompanied by a chaplain. And a 5-man assault squad with flamer and a twin assault cannon Razorback. So my assault squads will be deep striking. Everything else is going to be rolling in turn 1. So we'll be back at the end of Ork turn 1 to see where Jesse moved in on. Alright, so back at the end of Orks turn 1. Both mobs of boys, well, this mob of boys moved up. This one kind of shuffled around, got deeper into cover. Ludas walked on there and only rolled a 1 for their run move, so Cans walked on there, also rolled a 1 for their run move. And battle wagons rolled in there, and the other squad of Ludas rolled in there. They got a 4 on their run move and were able to actually get up into the train. So we'll be back at the end of Knights of Blood turn 1. Back more. Can kit. Okay, back at the end of Knights of Blood turn 1. My primary force rolled in here in the corner, castled up. The ball predator moved up, fired its assault cannon at the boys. It wounded 2, but he managed to make both cover saves. The assault squad's Razorback managed to kill 1, and the Razorback over here managed to kill 1. And the Devastators here got a crappy run roll, so they just kind of spread out a little bit. And this squad here managed to run up into the top level of ruins. So we'll be back at the end of Orks turn 2 to see what happens next. Alright, we're back. Orks turn 2. Over here, the Green Tide advanced with the battle wagons all rolling up and the cans rolling up. Back here, the Ludas moved up into the building. The mob of boys here backed up to support them. In shooting, those Ludas shot at the Razorback and missed, getting 1 shot each only. And the shoot-a boys here in the terrain fired on the Devastators, killing 1 of the missile launcher Marines. So we'll be back at the end of Knights of Blood turn 2. Okay, end of Knights of Blood turn 2. Both assault squads came in. 1 deep struck right there. Shot at that mob of boys, killing 4. This squad dropped in right there. Fired on the Ludas, killing 1. And over here, the assault squad's Razorback fired on the shoot-a boys. I think they killed 1. The ball predator killed 1 or 2. This dev squad killed 1 or 2. And then this Razorback immobilized itself on terrain. This Razorback missed side arc on the battle wagon. This Razorback missed on the battle wagon. These guys failed to kill any Ludas. And this guy missed shooting at the Ludas. So after an epically awesome round of shooting, we're ready to go on to Orks turn 3. Back for more. Okay, here we are back at the end of Orks turn 3. The Horde over here advanced yet again. Gaz and the Mega Knobs got out of their battle wagon. He declared his Wa, and they charged over here. We'll get to that in a minute. These guys moved up and shot at the Devastators and caused no casualties. The Killicans moved. The Ludas over there shot at the Death Company Razorback and failed to do anything to it. So yeah, over here, they managed to multi-assault against both of these Razorbacks and the Bald Predator. They exploded the Bald Predator, taking 1 wound in the process. They immobilized and destroyed both weapons of the Death Company Razorback, and knocked off the weapon and stunned the Assault Squad's Razorback. Over here, the Ludas shot at this squad, killing 1. Or maybe it was the boys' squad who killed 1. Anyways, the Ludas and the boys both shot at this squad and killed 1. And then they charged in and assaulted. But the Knights of Blood killed 4. The boys caused a boatload of wounds, but I made all of my saves but 2 and made both feel no pains. And then the Power Claw missed all 4 attacks. So Knights of Blood won combat by 4, Orks were fearless, and 3 died from no retreat wounds. And that's that. We'll be back at the end of the Knights of Blood turn 3. Oh, and by the way, this is a kill point mission. I never mentioned that earlier. Alright, end of Knights of Blood turn 3. The turn went as good as I think it could. In shooting phase, we wrecked 1 Killican, exploded another, killing 1 boy in the explosion, and did nothing to that one because this las cannon just hates me. This las cannon killed a Luda over there. 1 dead Luda. This dev squad whiffed at the Killicans. This dev squad whiffed at the Killicans. Wait, no, this dev squad was good against the Killicans. This one whiffed against the Killicans. This is the squad that killed 2. Good squad. Back around over here, the other assault squad moved up to join their battle brothers and teamed up to wipe out the Ork mob there, and each squad consolidated 4 inches. And then in assault over here, the Death Company got out of their Razorback, the Librarian moved up to join them, and they killed all of the Mega Knobs and lost 2 Death Company in return, and then Gaz took 1 wound to no retreat saves, and that's the end of the turn, so we'll be back at the end of Ork turn 4. Okay, end of Ork turn 4. The battle wagon here immobilized itself on terrain despite the reroll from the Death Rolla. This battle wagon moved up, took a pot shot at the Dev Company in the building with the big shooter, and wounded but failed to kill. The shooter boys here did kill the Bolter Marine from that same Devastator squad in the building. This battle wagon moved up, the knobs inside disembarked, and multi-assaulted the 2 Razorbacks, wrecking both. The assault squad inside here, which had the Red Thirst, just piled out behind it. The Killican assaulted in against the Death Company and Gaz assault, and in that assault, the Death Company and the Chaplain and the Librarian and everything put 3 power weapon wounds on Gaz, and he failed all his invulnerable saves, killing him. And then the Killican rolled 2 1s and a 2 to hit, missing everything against the Librarian, and we piled in. And the Ludas over here finally decided to get in the game and wrecked this Razorback. So that's all that happened in Ork turn 4, and we'll be back at the end of Knights of Blood turn 4. Alright, yeah, here we are, end of Knights of Blood turn 4. These guys moved up. The red squad shot at the rear arc of the battle wagon with 2 pistols. they managed to stun it. Then green squad also shot at it with one melta-gun and a pistol. The melta-gun managed to wreck it, so the squad disembarked all around. Over here, oh, leadership for the Ludas. They fall off. Okay, that done. The Devastator squad in the building shot at the... No, this las cannon shot at the Ludas, killed one, causing a leadership test, which you just saw, which they failed and fell off the board edge. The Devastator squad in the building shot at the shooter boys in the terrain, killing 3 or 4 more. They're still strong enough to be fearless, though. This Devastator squad shot at the knobs here and managed to get through the cover save and everything else like that to kill the power claw knob. The assault squad flamered and shot at it, putting a couple wounds on it, and then assaulted in. I caused 6 wounds, I think, but he made all but 1 save and/or feel no pain, and then killed 3 of my Marines in return. My saves were, on 5 saves I failed 3. Sergeant died, the flamer died, and a regular guy died. But my guys had the red thirst and were fearless, so we piled in, and I took no wounds from no retreat wounds. So, and in this assault, 2 crack grenades hit. Neither managed to pen, and then the power fist landed 1 hit and rolled a 1. And that is the end of turn 4, so we'll be back at the end of Orks 5. Alright, end of the top of turn 5. In this turn, the Big Mech got into this battle wagon and managed to repair the immobilized result on it. This battle wagon moved up here and fired at the Dev squad, no casualties. This one also fired at the Devastator squad in the building, no casualties. The shooter boys in the terrain shot at the Devastator squad in the building. Again, no casualties. And here, this squad moved up and joined in the assault against the assault squad. The assault squad killed 3, but then was wiped out. And the knobs consolidated to there, and the boys consolidated to there. And over here, 1 crack grenade managed to hit. Then it managed to roll a 6 to pen. Then it managed to roll a 6 to explode the Killican. So, what the Power Fist couldn't do, a measly strength 6 hitting on 6 crack grenade managed to finish off. Yay, crack grenades! Alright, back at the end of turn 5 for the Knights of Blood. Alright. The bottom of turn 5 for the Knights of Blood. This squad here moved up and fired at the battle wagon. Caused a couple glances in a pen. He made all of his Big Mech cover saves. The Devastators here also fired at that battle wagon. He got 1 glancing hit. I think I shook it.
I made it. Cover save.
Oh, no, he made the cover save. My bad. The Devastators here fired on the Knob squad here. They killed 1, but other than that, they made all their other saves. And here, the Death Company moved up, assaulted the shooter boys in the terrain there, and wiped them out. Lost. They killed everything except for the Knob. Before they got to swing, the Knob managed to kill 2 of the Death Company, and then they consolidated towards the Big Mech, who is there because the assault squad here assaulted the battle wagon that hadn't blown up and managed to wreck it. And then over here, the assault squad assaulted the big squad of boys. They won combat 11-3, and the boys failed their leadership, popped the boss pole, failed leadership again, and I caught them in the sweeping advance and they were wiped out. So, that is the end of turn 5, so now we'll roll to see if we have a turn 6. And we have a turn 6. So back at the end of Ork 6. So, back at the end of Ork turn 6, we got this squad of Ludas over here, which if you'll remember, turn 2 I deep struck in right there, and then completely ignored them the rest of the game. Anyways, they managed to shoot at this assault squad here, killing 2. I passed my leadership, so no fallback. The big mech got back in his battle wagon, what a surprise. And they tank shocked the Devastators. Devastators passed leadership and just moved out of the way. And killed one. The Rolla thingy, Def Rolla, killed 1 with a missile launcher. Then the Knob squad moved over and assaulted the Devastators and killed all but 1 guy who failed leadership and ran off the board edge. And I think that's all that happened in Ork turn 6, so we'll be back at the end of Knights of Blood turn 6. Okay, so back at the end of Knights of Blood turn 6, and over here, the assault squad moved up, managed to get 2 melta-gun shots through the mech's custom force field, and blew up the battle wagon, putting a wound on the mech in the explosion, and pinning him. And then the Death Company shot at them with a bolter, double tapping, and a bolt pistol, causing 1 more wound. He failed his gone to ground save and perished. Then over here, the Librarian broke off from the Death Company, joined this assault squad, and charged into the Knobs, and killed all but 1 who did no damage in return, and then wiped him out in the sweeping advance. And that is about all that there is. Let's see if there's a turn 7. Which there is no turn 7, so we're going to tally this up because he does have a squad left. Go Ludas. And we'll see what the kill point tally is. Alright, so we're back after tallying everything up, and it was a victory for the Knights of Blood. 12 kill points to 7. So, that was a very, very fun game. Bloody, messy. Oh, great game. Great game, Jesse.
Good game.
Alright.